I wanted to talk about the feminine, which scares you. It's because it's your nerve endings. Both men and women have the feminine side. Women are just outward about it, and they're like, ooh, ooh, narcissist, ooh, oh, go on. um, End of video. Oh no, we can go into the feminine aspect, like how it's mainly missing in a lot of people. Okay, so where are your nerve endings found? In your body, not the mind and not the brain. See, any brain surgeon knows that you don't really need anesthesia for the brain. If they are doing brain surgery, they have to put anesthesia. I mean, what I mean is, yes, they need anesthesia. God, sorry. What I mean is local anesthetic, like to numb you out. Is your skin, your dermis, and the nerves around your skull, the very thin part there, that's very sensitive. It's it has nerve endings all around it. Nerves are there, and it's feeding into the experience of mind, and it's letting us know pretty real time. That's where it's getting real time, right? I mean, maybe our foot is a tad bit later than when we feel it's like, ooh, that's gonna hurt, and then it goes to the brain, right? If you get hit by a hammer on your toe or something. But anyway, goodness gracious, babes. Um, Back to the lesson. Yeah, that's your feminine side. See, if we miss that, talking about it now because it's a good um, subject matter pointing at cancer. Cancer is the name of a zodiacal sign. Okay, it means it's pointing at our emotional bodies, which feminine. It's a feminine side, the intuitive, emotional, not mind oriented, but the body, like the heart, all of it. Every bit of it. It rules the mother, so it rules like the organic situation, which ick. What is ick? It's a suffix saying like almost like ish, but no, it's like taking it on and saying it's like an alcohol ick or uh, what else? Um, Psychic or right. Um, so just we're talking about organs, and women are really, really into their bodies. They are talking about the feminine, your mother, the emotional thing that can come about it. I don't know about you, but no wonder people go on shutdown in a lot of ways because of what's available to our senses, really, and not only just let alone over social media, but life itself. Like what can be going on, like what is going on, okay, with the ecology of just people, like say the mental strata, the freaking airwaves, yes. Let alone that there's EMF waves and stuff going around and bombarding us, like amplified. Maybe in your town, if you live in the rural areas, because they want you to feel comfortable. Uh, it's happening with people. People are walking like Gwen Towers, and they're like, it's a fake smile, right? But they're like, and then it's the thousand questions for these people, right? Those are sociopaths, and yeah, just give them a little sense of insecurity about yourself. Really show a human quality. Say something like, yeah, well, I lost my brother due to something, and I'm just sitting, and they're like, but really, no, they're not. They're like, and then they just use all that against you, take advantage, and because you are weak to them, and all you did as a human being was make yourself vulnerable, and another human being would say, oh my God, is there something you need? Wow, okay, you've had losses here. We are here for you. Don't think that you lost anything because we are together, all right? A woman. Getting to the sound, the amen thing, would you please? Pull those two words apart. Amen. Okay. It's kind of one-sided, and why has this happened? How? What's the big deal? Well, first of all, it's non-self-reflecting. If you're going to get one-sided all the way to that one side, which is, let's talk about the male's side, who he's kind of built to shove his feelings down, kind of. Not really though. No, I wouldn't say that. No, but no, he's just stronger. He's a stronger physique. Um, maybe he can weather things more, than the female side. But I don't see how that I can say that any of them is inferior or superior feelers, because they can have nerve endings too, right? The side that just feels and says, "Excuse me, but that's a little bit too hot," or "That's a little too salty," or something like that. But I don't know. It's like, think with me here. There's an influence that dumbs down your nerve endings. How? You want to just talk basically about gaslighting? A gaslighter can really fuck your nerves up. I mean, I'm just getting right to the fucking point that um, most of all the illnesses are coming from having been gaslit by the government or whoever. And yeah, it's just, if you get off base enough and you are knocked off kilter enough, and you are not allowed into your senses enough, and you have a proper conversation enough with people that say, no, actually, no, the sky is blue, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not four, and you know what I mean. Then you imagine that it takes you out of your body a bit. Yeah, it takes you out of reality and the experience of it. Like, aren't we both seeing this? Like this, doesn't this look like an O or a zero? Even though it's a hair tie, it's the same shape. You kind of you use your imagination, but these people are just telling you, no, you don't have shit to work with as far as the gaslighters, right? And they take it for you, and they where do they put it? Woo! They put you in your mind about, well, in your body. Oh God, you just start getting to be a nervous wreck, because naturally, as a humane being, you want to make a freaking, you want to talk about positive connection. That's like you're coherent. You guys are on the same page. See, I've said that a couple videos, like, nobody's on the same page. And it's like, babes, there's only one page behind all pages. There's only one reality behind all realities. There's only one outer space behind all what's behind your face. I don't know. See, I've been playing music for a long time by myself. Nobody saying that I have to do it, but I just fell into it. Boy, I don't do it as much because I don't have an acoustic guitar. If I had an acoustic guitar, I mean, it's not really an excuse, but it is. No, it's different. Acoustic guitars are different when you press them against you, and it really depends on what kind it is. And boy, I am afraid I'm going to have to get this for myself, and I will, you know, just have to rearrange stuff here and see what happens here with the natural course of things. I think the natural divine course of things. I can't lose myself, I would rather be able to strum out a song and feel really good about it. It's been a long time, and I think it's going to happen. See, the thing about music and singing, literally, when a person sings, now I want to get into the saying, have you ever heard, let's bring it back, kids, whistle while you work. Whistling while you work, you're whistling while you work. Like she whistles while she works, or something like this. Well, let's get to the term what works means, first of all. It used to mean, before there was the money system over there putting us to work, and then I was like, the kids are confused out there wondering why it's turning into a desert wasteland, especially ecologically as a human mental strata. It's like water everywhere and not a drop to drink, nobody in reality. And and truth, I can't even think. Anyway, I'm losing my place here. I'm being bombarded with a lot of concerns, and it's okay to space completely out. See, we have Mars in Neptune. It's okay for me. I allow myself, because we're going to get out of it. You're going to see there's going to be a big difference when Pluto finally gets back into Aquarius. There's a lot that will be pushed through, but babes, do you realize, now we're bringing it up again, there's 3 oppositions to Mars? Mars is going to make 3 oppositions to Pluto. That's the planet of war, challenging this control energy that has been long held, not just the 15 years that we would probably see in a toxic scenario that is building up in a microcosm and turning, festering like right now, but it's the last 250 years that we say that, well, America just had its Pluto return at 27 degrees, and it's kind of like, whose constitution was that? There's two types here. And we don't have to, really, not really. We're not really talking about men and women. No, we're not. We're talking about the mind and the body, perhaps. And we're talking about the non-human, not the non-humane being, and the humane being, right? We can just keep rolling through the information. I keep rolling through it, like last 400 videos. I do some things here, and this is the blessing we're talking about, right? And anyway, well, no, you cannot harass us, please. It's like we have a waterfall, or more like a pool, but this pool is aquamarine. It's like, look at this thing. And see, some people they grab the ocean with China, and then come in and just jump into the pool and climb up the sides and drink from it, and everybody's doing, yay, look what we found! Oh, I really need to talk to you about. And it's like, hey, get your channel open, get your channel open. If you notice, when I like your comment, one of my little scrolls goes up. See, that's supposed to tell the Intergalactic Federation, whatever, this the real use of social media, that you start condensing and condensing and condensing down. And I don't know when. See, you have to let your own, getting back to your own feelings be the leader. Now, I didn't just say, when the master here gives you joy, that you get on a bus and you seek her so that you can try to get your hands on her and just pull her hair out and say, do you want some scrambled eggs? Sorry. What are we going to do in the West here? It's like it's either that, because we can't give you shit but your own ability to understand shit. We're going to take you to the threshold, and then can you think a little better? It's just, you're going to toss us out. You're a fake, you're a fraud, you are. And it's like, fine. Just as well, so are you. Person there, you persona. You ID, you mind there, reaching for, that you haven't even began to meditate and see the difference, and that, in fact, there is a passage through the from the eye to the heart that does not need to filter through the mind. I think this is right. I think this is wrong. I think, well, I think this is, can you just use your senses? Like, your nerve endings are actually electronic, right? And see, the thing that's left is for, can you kind of pay attention? That's all you have to do. You have a brain that you need to say, okay, I'm having an experience, and I'm not that experience, but I'm the experiencer. Really, it's like it's simultaneous. See, it really is. You couldn't have the experience without the experience, which it's here now, and that's what you are, and that's all you can be. See, the mind cannot have that. The mind can't have that. If we're talking about whatever it is that you think that you have to, like, tune in on. See, that's where I know that music is like a higher learning tool that is like it's unsurpassed to other tools that you can handle. I think it's one of the only art forms that opens both sides of the hemispheres of the brain. But no, there's other things, I'm sure. Forms of writing can help you, and I dare say forms. I'm talking about, you've got two types, the upper and lower. And I put a video out that I'm going to put a cover on it that shows you what I meant. I didn't expose, but see, it's a sword, and your words are a sword. If you spell the word sword, now you're going to have to participate. You're typing every day. Find that bird in the word of sword. It's word. Just put the S down and let the rest fly up in the capitals, babe. And somebody is trying to call me. I should probably answer this, but my phone has been... It only lets me use my earphones. Anyway, I don't have them here right now. I don't even hear this ringing, though. There it goes. Shauna speaking. Yes, Shauna speaking. No, this is Shauna, not Johnny. See, I don't really get calls. I don't really, but I'm trying to be present with maybe if I get a call from something that's worthwhile to me, which no, it's not. Um, when they're calling me Johnny and it sounds really foreign, and I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. Just you know, you have to start like saying, okay, this is on record now for quality services and stuff like that. They're actually saying that for you because you're a human being, maybe, and you play the game. Like, is reality here or not? See, when you start recording, you can play it back, and you can play it back to a narcissist because they do not hear things right off. Go to a family of narcissists' house, and their smoke detector machine is going beep. And me as a musician, I'm not a mind here. I'm a presence with reality itself. I am reality. And wherever I go, I'm being that, really. I mean, it's just really being aware. Not that I am the smoke detector, but really it's like I am. I'm detecting that fucking smoke detector, man. You know what I'm saying? And it goes off once and I hear it. And then I look at the family there and they're all going, watching TV most likely, or yelling at each other, or just duh. And it's like, okay, so it's like, so I observe it. It's like, so they don't hear it. And the interval is too long before it hits again, that they still don't hear it. It's not continuous enough, like hitting them in the fucking head. You know what I mean? And that's why music is good for us, um, because it begins to make us aware of patterns, maybe, and hear the patterning. Uh-oh, this thing's gonna cut out. Consciousness is not the mind; it's the experience of the truth and reality, and it's the same to say as the notes that a musician is playing live, or the smoke detector up there, is not the mind. It's consciousness. It's the truth. It's real. It's what's in reality. See, reality is not the mind, and it's possible. See, through meditation, music is one of the ways that we meditate the best. I mean, but really, you can do anything. But really, no, you can do anything and choose to, and you can pretty soon you can start seeing the difference between the mind and reality. You might need a guide there or a master to help you with things, but they don't do much. But it's just meditation is life. Otherwise, you're not really alive. You're in your head and you're the living dead. See, and with master, it's just there's okay when we say draw a triangle or do geometry, like is there a circle here? You can't say you're cool and say no, that doesn't exist, because no, it's here. There's shapes and sizes here. We're dealing with, you'd be surprised. It's kind of basic, but a lot of times it kind of morphs and looks a different way. But when you get close enough to it, like with a microscope or something, it just starts to look the same. I mean, when you get farther and farther down to the atomic level, that light that's in between, it's right there in the atom. They say it's a black hole that's oscillating light. Certain frequencies, it's pretty much the same light. It's just vibrating at different frequencies. So I hope you took your LSD today and got on my level of just, babes, you're having in a light show right here. And really, your mind is as powerful as such that, see, you don't know, it's blocking you out from the real powers that we are. If we are to meld with the very plasmatic field that is reality, then talk about controlling the weather, or getting back into your telepathy, or your teleempathy, tele telepathy, and or not. Really, that this is a place of insulation, and the more I've always heard it, really, the more insulation you have in your body, that, really you will start to, if you're pushing emotions down and you don't communicate them and you don't know how to process them, then you're most likely going to build blockages in your body, and then that around it, fat surrounds this. I don't know, it's weird. You should start getting more bigger. And then when you're not expressing and doing things well-roundedly, like do you have a higher learning tool? Really, did you get into your body? Do you have the right kind of sex? That's a big, huge thing. I think for women, minute 20. Now we're getting juicy. No, you see it all around.